And welcome back, everybody, to the 2023 City of Arizona's All Things Senior Expo. We are continuing. We're holed up here under the mezzanine, joined by Matthew Miller today, who's going to talk us through your business in Compassionate Home Assistance. Talk to us about your company. What are mom and dad learning downstairs, and what do we need to know about you?
Yeah, I mean, what mom and dad are learning are how much resources they truly need, how much information is really lacking when it comes to that transition from them going from their home into a care community.
Okay.
And I believe that a lot of the great folks down here are providing those resources to help mom and dad make a good choice.
Yeah. And so one of the major things that we have into our parent projects, or as mom and dad are making those transitions and pulling it together, is sell of a family home. And there's a lot to that, right? I see it as an SRES. And I know you see this as an investor and as a compassionate investor that steps up to help families. Talk to me about what your company does from that perspective.
Sure, yeah. My company, Compassionate Home Assistance, helps families navigate the senior living transition, so to speak.
Okay.
In fact, I kind of coined myself as being a senior transition specialist.
Okay.
And what we do is by the way, when I say me, it's just me. Okay. We'll help surround the family with resources and love in order to make that good decision. But primarily what my company focuses on is real estate transactions. A lot of times we're finding that mom and dads need to make that transition, but haven't been saving for that.
Oh yeah.
For that step, paying for the long-term care needs. So assisted living, memory care, and so on and so forth.
Well, that home is most often, I think we've seen our experience over the years, it is their largest retirement asset that they're sitting on. And learning how to tap that and how to work that can be really super confusing for people. So how do you help people understand that?
Yeah, how I help them understand it is asking questions.
Okay.
And really try to be the best listener that I can about what sort of pain points they have in their family and how I can help. And typically it's all the nuances and all the information that they need in order to make that transition. But then it comes down to, what do I do with the house and what do I do with the stuff?
Yeah.
And it really is a burden to families.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of emotional baggage, and you learn that it's not the same for everybody that's involved. Every family member has got a different level. Though they might look at, whether it's the stuff inside, they look at this picture on the wall, and one might be annoyed by this picture that's always been there. One might not notice it, and one might remember it because it fell down off the wall once and broke a toe.
Yeah.
And
for me, I always ask, hey, tell me a story about this. Why is this important to you?
Yeah. When families call in, what's a typical question that you'd like them to be asking you when you're just getting to know a family?
What's a typical question that I get, or what would I like them to ask me?
Yeah.
What I'd like them to ask me is, hey, I have this house. I don't know what to do with it. Can you come look at it today?
Okay.
And the answer is yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you can move. You guys can move quickly.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's often where it sits. So if the family members, they know that if that equity especially is locked up within a house up front, you can help them unlock some of that equity and to pull those things out.
Yeah,
quicker.
exactly. Yeah. And my main focus is to help that senior and their adult children move that stage of readiness up and get mom and dad into those communities faster, anywhere from 1 week up to 5 months sooner.
Yeah.
Which is such a blessing because the senior is no longer isolated. That's the number one. That community now has a new prospective resident. They're helping somebody, and hey, they're making money too.
Yeah.
Usually there's a hospice or maybe a placement agent involved. They get compensated for their services by the community, typically when it comes to placement, that is.
Yeah.
And then I get a house to work on, or to potentially turn into an REL, like a residential assisted living community for senior affordable housing. And that's not always the exit strategy, but
sure,
that's an opportunity.
Sure. Well, I know from other work with cities, it's important. One thing that's important is getting those family homes to turn over and to churn off of them. We build schools in those neighborhoods, and we build stores and around those neighborhoods. And when they don't necessarily turn over, it means we have to go build new schools and new grocery stores and other stuff that sit in that area. And that's kind of what makes that happen. When we're able to get that churn and make those things happen, that's what helps a city stay healthy. And so that's great. It's good to know you guys help kind of throw it back into that. But really, for the problem that the families have, I think really that front end of unlocking that equity and what their solutions, what are the options in front of them to help mom and dad do that a little bit quicker when they
Yeah.
need to, because money plays a big role in this.
It does. And the normal conversation I have is, well, hey, we're gonna list the house. I said,
Yeah.
well, great. What color are you gonna paint that kitchen?
Yeah.
And folks kind of look at me going, well, what do you mean? So, well, hey, mom and dad right now need care. They don't need a renovated home. And so, yeah, we can walk you through the process, or you can go through the process of being a general contractor and collecting all the bids in order to not get taken advantage of, because
Yeah.
seniors are, that's typically what happens is seniors are a lot more
Yeah, they get taken on a lot. They're targeted.
exactly.
They're targeted much more often.
Thank
Yeah.
you. And usually that process looks somewhere like 6 to 8 months in order to get the house cleaned out,
Yeah.
ready, listed, and sold. And I can close in as quick as a couple weeks.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, where people find more information about you guys? Where are you located online?
Yeah, the best place would be website compassionatehomeassistance.com.
Okay.
I'm still working on some social media stuff, so you can
Okay.
find me at Matthew Miller.
Okay.
On Facebook, super generic, so good luck there. But the website's the easiest.
It's a good start to get to there. Where in the valley are you really focused? Where do you want to? What if mom and dad live in what area of the valley? Would it be best to call you?
At this point, anybody in Arizona would be
Okay.
somebody I could help.
Great.
A conversation on the phone will obviously help us, guide us a lot. And then, believe it or not, I have a large enough network across the country to where if somebody was interested in trying to move into Phoenix due to our fantastic communities that we have here, but had a home in another state, I have made enough connections where I can connect those people with boots on the ground who will work with folks compassionately and empathetically in order to help them in the exact same scenario in another state.
Oh, that's fantastic. I appreciate you stopping by today and talking to us about your business. And it's good to get to know you. Thanks for stopping down in the expo. Hopefully we continue to see you next year and years after that each year, right?
I think so.
Okay, fantastic. And we will have we have a couple more, so stand by. We're still out here till 2:00. So everybody stand by and we'll continue coming to you live from 2023 Scottsdale All Things Senior Expo.